Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm a pharmacist. I own 52 units of real estate and I help coach people to buy their first multifamily deal. So today I want to talk about the trap of get rich quick schemes. So if you've been watching YouTube during COVID, that's when the get rich quick schemes and course sales started blowing up. We all remember this. Airbnb arbitrage was the hottest thing. Day trading stocks was a hot thing. Amazon drop shipping was a hot thing. E-commerce, selling high ticket courses on how to create a course to make money selling a course. All this stuff. We all went through it. We all got burned by one. And even myself, I got sold into get rich quick scheme from Ryan Panetta with Lunar Ecom, with Amazon drop shipping or Walmart drop shipping. And I remember I spent $30,000. They actually encouraged you to get a credit, like a credit card debt, to pay for that $30,000. I didn't do that. I just had $30,000 to spend, to lose. And I dropped $30,000. And I was sold the dream of Amazon dropshipping store can passively make you about $5,000 to $10,000 a month. And I just said, that's sweet, because I make about $5,000 to $10,000 a month net. And if I can make this passively through an Amazon dropshipping store where I don't do anything and we split the profits 50-50, so the average store up supposedly would make $10K a month, and I would split that in half, so that's $5K each, and I do nothing. That's amazing. I can work part-time. Reality was, all I did was passively lose money every month. And the only person who made money was Lunar Ecom, which took my $30,000. And thank God I did not get a credit card or a line of credit to pay for that, which some people did. I didn't. Some people did. So I fell for the get quick rich scheme. And another popular one is Airbnb arbitrage, a very popular one, especially during COVID, where you could rent a home from a landlord for, let's just say, $2,000 a month, and you would Airbnb it out without owning the property. You'd furnish it, and hopefully you could maybe make like $5,000 a month net on this. And once again, the only person getting rich from this is a person selling from the course. So for me, yes, full disclosure, I do sell a course. I do have a mentorship. But the key distinction is between an online guru who sells you get rich quick versus people who are actually selling you legitimate mentorship and legitimate education is, if you were to remove the income from the course, from the coaching, from the YouTube, would they still live the life they would live? For me, most of my wealth, I'll be honest, is from most of my income that I could spend is from my W-2 job. I don't make too much from coaching, from mentorship, from YouTube, to be honest. Not too much. Like, my average might be like, maybe it's very variable, but maybe $2,000 a month from coaching / mentorship. And YouTube is about $150 a month, which is what I make in an hour in my W-2 job. So most of my income is not from courses. It's not from YouTube. It's from my rental portfolio. My 52 units passively make me about $8,000 to $10,000 a month net. My W-2 job takes home, after maxing out for, after taxes and all your deductions, about 12 to 13K a month. So collectively, let's say high end, I'm taking home about 20 to 23K a month. That's way more than my YouTube and coaching, which is 10% of that. So if you remove all that, that's how you determine who's legit or who's not legit. And another way to determine is, are they selling you get rich quick? And for me, which is why I probably don't sell enough courses and coaching, is because I tell people it's hard. It's going to take you 10 years. At least 10 years is the fastest you can go. If get rich quick is 10 years for you, then that's what I'm telling you. Your best case is 10 years. And that's assuming that you have a high income W-2, That's assuming that your expenses are low. That's assuming that you are managing your assets well. So 10 years is the fastest you can start. Reality is, if you're making less and you have less money or more obligations, meaning more expenses, it might be 15 to 20 years is more realistic. So it's hard to sell a course selling you the dream of retiring in 15 to 20 years from now. So for me, knowing that what I know today, I wish I started younger. Because if I had a 15-year timeline, if I started at 25, then 15 years is 40. Or if it's 20 years, it's 45. That's still younger than most people who retire at 60 to 65. So that's the test, the litmus test, to know, are they selling you a get-rich-quick scheme or not? And that's what's hard with even my coaching and my mentorship is once you join, you're going to have to go through 120 modules, for example, to get your baseline education. And after that, you're going to start sending out mailers every single month, 300 mailers a month. And maybe 1 month you might get 12 responses. 1 month you might get 3 responses. But every time you have to be persistent and consistent with doing your mailers. And once people contact you, you have to be consistent and persistent with making offers. And we make what Mike Zuber calls, in one rental at a time, disrespectful offers. Offers that make sense for you and only you based on the numbers. That's it. It's just math. Take the NOI, divide by the cap rate. That's it. That's your offer. And they will probably not like that. If they don't like that, then you can make another offer or 2 more offers using creative financing, depending on the situation. But if it's a straight buy, it's NOI divided by cap rate, and that's actual NOI divided by cap rate. Offer 2 is the 50-40-10 loan from Velocity Mortgage, and that's assuming that they have equity in the deal, where Velocity Mortgage will give you 50% down at 9% interest. The seller will seller carry second 40% at whatever interest rate you negotiate, hopefully 1 or 2%, and you put 10% down. Or it can be a 90% seller carry. So if they own the deal free and clear, then you would put 10% down and the seller would seller carry 90%. So that's my 3 offer method. So you have to be consistent in making your 3 offer method and negotiating with sellers. And of course, initially they're going to say no, but you make money in the follow-up. So it's not sexy at all. And a lot of students get discouraged when they send out mailers and give offers and they get rejected because it's not fun to always submit offers and get rejected. It's never fun to always get rejected. But the more you get rejected, the more you keep on pushing through, the more you make offers, the more you keep on following up, that's when deals happen. Because with multifamily, and I tell all my students this, it just takes 1 deal to change your life. Look at my 26-unit apartment complex. I bought it for $500,000. I put in $300,000 of renovation. I'm all in for $800,000. It's worth $1.7 million today. So I made about $900,000 of forced appreciation through renovation, and it cash flows about $8,000 a month on top of that. So I'm having insane return on investment, but my return on equity is lower because I forced a lot of appreciation. So 1 deal is all it takes. So are you able to go through the grind? I just had one student. He's been sending out mailers for a year and a half, and finally, he got an 8-unit apartment complex under contract. I'm hoping to bring him on so he can share his journey, but he's been consistent. He would send letters out every single month for a year and a half. He would follow up he would make offers consistently, and he would explain to them to build trust as to why, and you're going to get rejected a lot, but he just needs one deal to really change it. I mean, 8 units, not as much, but it's close to another 4 units that he owns. So it's easy to scale. So that's what it takes. So that's why it's hard to sell. I tell people it's not easy. So I kind of am a bad salesman because I tell you how hard it is, and people lose the ambition and the drive. And if that's your mentality, then you shouldn't be buying multifamily real estate in the first place. You have to be persistent, you have to be consistent, and you have to be fast is considered 10 years. Fast is considered 10 years. I wish someone taught me that because I thought fast was 5 years or less. We all saw that Bigger Pockets episode, how I went from 0 to 1,000 units in 1 year. And I thought wow, I only have 50 units and it took me 5 years. I'm just too slow. But in reality, that person went from 0 to 1,000 was syndicating. Maybe they just own 1% of 1,000, and maybe they're bankrupt today. Who knows? For me, I own 52 units, a strong 52 units that are stabilized. And I can make it even more stabilized and stronger if I were to sell some to take some chips off the table and to pay off some debt. And that's something I may do still. So that's another litmus test is, so number one, look at how do they make their money? Do they make their money from YouTube and course sales? If they lost that, would they still have their lifestyle? I could lose my YouTube, I could lose my course sales, and I can live exactly the same as I do today. Nothing will change for me. I barely make anything from YouTube. Actually, YouTube is burning me out because I've been posting every day, and I may reduce for a little bit as I focus on my wedding and my honeymoon and my personal life. But it's a grind. It's a grind to create content on YouTube. And even I lose encouragement. I literally post one video a day to make 150 bucks. That's $5 a day. I literally make more than that in 5 minutes at my job. So, and that's not factoring my real estate. So that's what I mean by it's a grind. You have to send out your mailers. You have to make offers that people laugh at you. And that's why I tell the broker straight up. I offered $1.4 million on a 50 unit apartment complex where he wanted 2.5. I offered $1.1 million less. And I just said, this is my number. This is how I got my number. Let me know if my assumptions are incorrect. And let me know if it's even worth it to draft up a 1-page LOI, because I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. So I'm upfront about it. I said, this is my price. Let me know if it's even worth it. And the guy was like, don't even draft the LOI. It's not worth it. But he'll socialize it with the owner, but the owner will probably say no. So once again, you get comfortable with this. And you do this 100 times, 1,000 times, eventually you get one deal. And that's all it takes. So have that persistence. My most successful students are the ones who are consistent, persistent with sending out letters, with talking to owners, with submitting offers, and then following up on the offers. That's how you make deals happen. You do all that, you'll eventually get a deal. It may take you a year and a half, it may take you 2 years. But if you're consistent, it'll pay off. It will pay off. Like my student who got the 8 unit, he's going to buy this instant equity day one. He's going to have the ability to raise the rents, to force appreciation, and this will be a good solid deal for him to add to his portfolio that's near one of his other properties. So his property manager can manage this as well. So imagine me, I want to do the same thing. I can buy another 30, 40, 50 unit near my 26 unit and scale. Same property manager, same renovation strategy. What's holding me back is I just got to find a good deal. And I'll find a good deal when I send out mailers. When I send out mailers, I will be consistent in follow-up and submitting offers and negotiating and following up with them, because you make money in the follow-up. So I submitted a $1.4 million offer. I'll wait a month. I'm in no rush. I'm about to get married, about to go on a honeymoon. But after my honeymoon, I'll be like, hey, what's going on? Is the 1.4 offer still on the table? Is the owner more desperate now or more willing to accept that offer? Or did they get a better offer? If they got a better offer, great. That's fine. I'll follow up in another month and say, did it go through? Did the offer close at escrow or did it fall through escrow? If it fell through escrow, why did it fall through escrow? So you always got to follow up. Money is made in the follow-up and money is made in the buy. You have to buy real estate right. With multifamily, you have to buy based on the numbers. Even if it's a disrespectful offer, buy based on your numbers. Do never pay for pro forma value. Never pay for pro forma value. You pay for what you think is value today, and your profit is what the pro forma is based on your skill and your execution. So that's the key thing that I tell my students once again. And that's why I said I scare away a lot of students. I remember I was talking to one guy and he was just like, I don't know, I'm nervous. It's my first deal. And I don't know if I have the time. And I legitimately told him, if you don't think you have time today, you think you're going to have more time in 3-4 years when you have kids and a family? Are you going to have more time or less time? More time, more energy, or less energy? So start today. This is the most time you'll ever have. This is the most energy you'll ever have. So get started today. But that's the grind. And that's why people don't survive long in real estate. It's not for everybody. So that's the name of the game. But if you're able to stick it long, like I said, I'm only on year 8. If it's year 15 for me, I'm in a way different position. I'm probably retired for sure. When I hit year 10, I could probably consider retiring. But for me, realistically, it's probably gonna be 40 for me to retire after kid 1 and kid 2. See what my situation looks like. At that point, I could step down to part time or step down to per diem and live life on my terms at that point. So, but if I want to do that, I'm going to sell 2 properties, cash out some of the equity, take some debt off the table, and invest in more liquid assets like index funds. So that's what I mean. There's a lot of, back to the whole guru thing, there's a lot of people who make a lot of money telling you how to make money creating a course. And if they lost that stream of income, they lost that money, they're nothing. They have nothing. So really look and pay attention to who you're listening to and make sure that they have the lifestyle that you want. If you want to retire with real estate in about 10 years, which is considered fast, while working at full time, without raising money, without having partners like myself, then follow my journey. If you want to learn how to syndicate, don't follow my journey. I don't know how to syndicate a deal. I know how to find a good deal, but I don't know how to syndicate the deal. So really be cognizant of who you listen to and look at how they made their money. My money is not from YouTube. My money is not from course sales, not from coaching. It's from my W-2. It's in my real estate portfolio. I make way more from those. So anyways, if you want to join my mentorship program and I didn't scare you away, check out the link down below. You can send me an email for a discount code. Otherwise, please like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you next one. Thank you so much.